Welcome. This is Crime Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence, we say the crimson light is live. So, we have been exploring the number nine. We have been looking at the year 2017, which is a 10-year. We've been looking at this in and the sun has just come out again, so this is just wonderful. And we've been looking at this in terms of the word rapture, rapture. So we have seen that comes to 36, and 36 equals 9. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Of course, 9 is newness. Now, there has been a lot of speculation and a lot going on about this 2017, the rapture, and in fact, I never thought I would really be embarking on this subject because I think it is beyond my comprehension. But because I'm doing the numerical values of words, and of course, I played about with that because I'm having fun. That's what I do. And so I saw, well, rapture, newness, it's a birth, and well, it makes sense. It makes sense. So we are now, of course. This is just wonderful. And looking at the word shame, I looked at the word shame, which equals 9, Shame, because our world, which equals 10 actually. Shame equals 10. 10 as here. Because we have been on this world has this construct of shame, guilt, and the need to shed of all skin, like I would say. So we have now, we are faced with this dilemma, if you like, or we are faced with this error where it appears that we may need to get rid of things that no longer serve us. So the word shame, of course, it's like we are presented with the rawness of, let's do the word raw. Okay, this is 916, so this is 10, 16. Okay, 16 equals 7. So the raw should have done rawness, but raw is the 7 that which we are. We are raw now in this sense. NESS 11555, and wherever we see 3 fives, that there's excitement. So this is 10, 20, and that's 27. That's when you go with spirit. Spirit just leads you. So I done raw. I said rawness, and I thought, okay, no, I'm going to do rawness. And there we are. This is 10, 20, 25, 26, 27. And it almost comes like the word newness. So 2 plus 7 equals 9. So in essence, we are presented the rawness of our reality, or to be real. To be real, it also equals 9. We have done this. And so we see with the rapture, this is what is presenting to us. So there's two aspects to this thing, to this rapture. To come to this stage of rapture, it had to precede a rapture also was entailed here. Basically, I am saying that, for instance, it's a rapture when a man impregnates a woman. There's a rapture. And so rapture begats rapture. Hey, so we are not to forget that the number 10 entails that rapture. So there was a rapture, or number 10, and of course that is the aspect of that rapture that we tend to feel ashamed of. That is the impregnation, that when we first experience that being impregnated, like a lot of people, especially out of wedlock, you become ashamed, you feel shame. And so you have to deal with that aspect of that rapture that you experience, which is then you and that scenario, because that's where we are talking about the opposites. So 10, in actual fact, that shame, it constitutes the me person who feels the shame. It constitutes Mother Eve, who's present, who's saying, well, my mother did. It's like saying, my mother, well, obviously was pregnant. Now it's me pregnant. I know I'm feeling ashamed, but I'm also embracing the idea of my reality, of the real aspect of being pregnant. And of course, it is me. That is Amy. You know, you are identifying with the me aspect of, because me is 9. So when we add 4 and 5 together, it's me. You are taking into account your meanness, if you like. And of course, there is the H, which presents to you, there's the H here in it, is also presenting that you have the two aspects of your heaven and earth in all of that. Yes, you have heard it's a painful experience to go through a child birth, or you go through morning sickness. So you have the H aspect of all this, the heaven and earth. But what beauty it is when you hold a child. You know what it is like to have a, or you have experienced before, or you have seen it happen, that people are very elated and very happy when they have their child. So there is the idea of heaven and earth. Of course, there is the S of the sperm cell that you were impregnated by, or with. It's right there. It's that movement that went into your heaven and earth, of course. And if you want to see it as yourself, being here as well. So there is that aspect. All of those things constitute that shame. But also there's another part where you know that the whole thing is a sham. It is a sham that you're really, there's a part of you that's saying it is a sham that you feel that way, but you are going through the motion anyway. Perhaps it's no wonder it could really be all these aspects of shame, why people tend to have this morning sickness. I'm just saying there may be a correlation with that. I'm not saying it's definitely that, because it's as something is birthed, there's a rapture inside of you at that time that is taking its position inside you. It is making its presence felt inside of you. Hence, while that presence is being felt inside of you, you too are becoming aware, and there is a presence about how you perceive what is taking place inside of you. So it's the different aspects of that shame also rippling out into your external world right here. So there's a rawness of all of that. All of that emotion and what is happening in your body is bringing out a rawness, which equals 9. It's birthing a new emotion. It's birthing new perspective. It's birthing new dimensions, newness of what is happening in your real, REAL, which equals 9, in your real world. And world, WORLD, also equals 9. So basically, we can't really get away from this 9 vibrations here in this newness. So hence the rapture we've been talking about is happening in each stage of our development. There seems to be a rapture. Each stage of this working here in our development, when we examine the north, south, east, and west of our being, all of these here, we see, and it coincides with that A as well, which is that 3, like for water, the 3 here, that is what is happening. It's the 3 is it's it's a reflection of the vibration that is happening in each stage here. There's a 3, there's that cycle. It's like that boomerang thing happening. You have to keep examining each movement of that shame right here. So of course we will look at rapture again because it has so much. I'm just seeing the word rap right here, and it's no wonder that in itself is quite explanatory. It's self-explanatory here with rap, the rap music. And we see every sentence, every word seem to have that kind of rapture with it, with that vibration. Okay, so there we see above on the word sacrifice is that 9, and that's what I mean about the template of the word sacrifice. It offers us such beautiful explanation and resolution to our answers. So that equals 9, and we see 9 and 4 would be 13, which takes us back into that beehive, which is where we would form our agreements here, like Christ with the 12 disciples at the table. We see this is where the bonding would happen because there's a rapture. When there's a rapture, something is moving from one point to another. It is agreeing or forming bond with another. Okay, so child comes out into the world. So that's what we are talking about here. And of course, when we add from these numbers from 1 to 4, that equals 10. So this is what we are talking about with the word shame here. It's like it's offering us the opportunity to look at our whole developmental stage. What do we take with us? What do we leave? What have we got to be ashamed of? Until this pregnant woman goes into the delivery room, of course, in that new stage here, and finds that she's very happy to have the midwife examine her, or when she goes through her test as well, going through all the blood tests and all the checking her placenta and all of those things, she is in that new stage. There is nothing to be shamed, to feel shame of anymore. Mother Eve is right there. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found this enlightening. And this is why I'm saying it's good for us to be familiar with the numbers and their functions and how we can also use them for our personal use and growth. Which reminds me, there's another word I have to also look at. It's the word growth. But I think we will be examining rapture again before we move on to that. So I'm thanking you, and click like, subscribe, and leave your comments, and stay ignited. I love you because love is 9, and I am now sending love vibration to you because this is the channel of love. We have nothing to be ashamed of. Love is something to embrace. Stay ignited. Namaste. And spill over with love.